Yeah, what's up? I'm at Sloan's. Sloan's Lake. What's up, Pikachu? What's up, Steal Your Fish? I was surprised to not see y'all out here today. I got the Jawjacker set with a dead minnow. Already caught one trout today where I could get all this stuff set up. How y'all been? Sweet. I should be here till 4 or 5 today. The live stream, I don't think will last that long. I'm going to run till the battery dies. Figure an hour or so. But I've never seen anybody do live stream of ice fishing, so I decided I'd give it a go. Yeah, Dan told me about it. Awesome. Looked like you guys had a lot of fun. That was a ton of perch too. Hey, how's my I'm running off of a mobile hotspot. How's my feed look? I mean, I know it's a little grainy because I'm in a shack, but does it look okay? It's not unbearable. And the audio too. It looks like I'm barely registering on the mic. So I may need to speak up. Okay, good. All right, thanks. Hoping a few people show up. I don't know if they will or not, but I'm fishing. All right, thanks, Pika. And Dan, I appreciate that feedback. All right. I'm not going to catch any fish without a line in the water, I'm pretty sure. Let's get her going. What do you think? Should I start with waxy on a jig or a half a crawler on a buckshot spoon? Yeah, I'm at the rocks. Thinking spoon. Oh, waxy on a jig. All right, we'll give it a go. I'm set up for that. Yeah, my dead minnow over here, frozen minnow, drilled a little while ago on my little cheap jawjacker. Waxy on a jig. Waxy on a jig. Pretty much this live stream is just going to be me singing random show tunes horribly. So enjoy that. I don't have any shrimp. I haven't used shrimp since I left Georgia. Because shrimp was really popular catfish bait. I didn't think about it out here really. Oops. I hope I'm back. Waxy on a jig time. Let's see what happens. Ooh, hooked up already. Nice. Look at that slap. Look at that. That's an eating crappie right there. And eating. I'm going to need my pliers. Look. Looky, looky. Oh, there's nobody here. They left me. Come on now. They left me. They were here. What happened to Pika? You bit it good. I got an eater. Good size eater. I'm going to keep him. I'm going to keep him. I don't normally keep fish. Folks that watch me know that. Don't normally keep fish, but I'm going to keep that crappie. That's a perfect eating size. Maybe I can get into some more. End up with the doggone piece. Well, I just knocked my waxy off on the edge of the hole. That was pretty stupid. My first day fishing. Never done this before, as you can tell. Put another waxy. What I'm using is it's going to be hard to see on live stream, but I can get it in front of the doggone camera. Tiny, tiny, tiny little 1/64 tungsten jig, pink, with little waxy on the end of it. And I had it in the hole for no less than 15 seconds. I caught that pretty crappie, so seems to be what's going to be the ticket today. Also got a auto setter down here with a frozen minnow on it. So I've never live streamed before. I see there's one viewer on here. I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Never live streamed before, so I don't know on the back end how this works. Editing, I think this thing will go live on my channel once I end the stream. But I don't know, editing wise, I'll try to get all of the filler out that I can, but I'm going to run this thing until, well, I just got a bite on my jaw jacker here. Did you hear it? Didn't trip it though. Got a fish trying to eat my frozen minnow. Nope. No, I'm going to check it because that rod is still wiggling. Let's see, let me pull up the push right here. I'm going to trip it. Oh, stole my bait. Stole my bait. So on this one, I've got a 132. 132 little blue and yellow tungsten jig head. And I've got frozen minnows that I'm putting on there. Just because it's going to be sitting. And I would love to pull a bass through the ice, a decent bass. I've caught some little ones. Never caught a nice, praiseworthy bass before through the ice. So that's kind of what I'm crossing my fingers for and hoping for today. I got to reset this jaw jacker. Sorry about the camera angle. So, oh hi, I got a new viewer. All right, so I see a question here. Let's go ahead and answer that. It's from Kelly. Just moved to Cody. Welcome to Wyoming, by the way, if you're not already from Wyoming. I like to fish for perch. Do you have anywhere you recommend? So, thanks for posting content because yeah, I know, right? That's kind of why I love to fish. I love to open water fish, and I'm from the South myself, and so we don't have ice out there. So I decided that if I'm going to be able to fish, I'm going to have to get comfortable ice fishing. So I just started last year, and I've applied a lot of my open water tactics to ice fishing. Doesn't work that good because they behave completely differently. So I'm learning, and that's sort of what my channel is about. Is I'm a new guy trying to make videos while I fish, which is a lot of work. Spend way more time working on videos than I spend fishing. But to answer your question, I fished for the first time in Cody. You probably saw my video, which is why you are here. So that little pond, if you go to Beck Park up there, obviously there's Beck Lake down, I don't remember the name of the road, but the big road down there that takes you over to Graybull. There's that one. The ice was not great when I was there, so I went up to that park kind of by the recreation building there, and I parked by that building and walked up a little set of stairs. And up there is a pond, and the ice looked really good on that one. There is another little pond up the way from it towards town. It's just separated by a dam. That one, the ice was garbage on, but this one was good. I had 4 to 5 inches out there. I hooked up with the perch. I don't know if you saw it in that. No, you didn't see it in the video. I haven't released part 2 yet. Part 2 is going to come out on Monday or Tuesday. I caught a perch on there. Mostly I caught cutthroat, but I caught a perch on there using the same tactics I was using to catch the cutthroat. So yeah, there's perch in that pond, and according to one of the guys who walked by, there's some big perch in that pond. That's where I would start because I know the ice is good. I also know that Beck Lake, the big one down by the main road there, is slap full of perch. The few videos that are out there, there's only 1 or 2. There's a man and his son who fish out there at an ice shack. They were just ripping the perch out of there. So anywhere out there would be good. I'm sure there's perch over in Buffalo Bill too. I don't know. I went over there to try to fish while I was in Cody, and there was, I didn't see even a hint of ice there. So I don't know what to tell you about that other than when it freezes, there'll probably be perch in there. But hopefully that answered your question. I hope you find some, and if you do, let me know. Because I like to catch perch. I like to catch anything that'll bite. Cool, and thanks for watching. By the way, I've never live streamed before, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to be doing. So I just thought I would turn the camera on while I fish. Say I'm not, you've seen my videos. I'm not a pro here, but I'm learning. But there's a lot of people, I'm sure, who are sitting at home who would like to be out fishing and they can't for whatever reason. So I thought I'd take them fishing with me virtually. Thanks for coming. Thanks for subscribing too. I saw your subscription yesterday, but if YouTube has a way for me to write and say, hey, thanks for subscribing, because I did notice, if there is a way to do that, I don't know how to do it. Otherwise, I would have told you thank you. But now I'm telling you, thank you. All right, so I got my waxy and jig back in the water. I missed whatever was there. I'm going to do a review video on my little, I keep calling it a jaw jacker. I'm going to get sued. It is not a jaw jacker. It's a high-tech Striker Pro auto setting device. They're brand new. I'm going to get a review video out on that. That joker works, and it's not $70. Jaw jacker is absolutely a superior product, as I'll show you in my video. But if you're like me and don't want to spend a ton of money buying every fancy piece of equipment out there, you'd like this thing, I think. I'll get a review video. I haven't found any review videos of it, but I'll get one of those out so that you guys can see what I think about it. If you give a damn about my opinion. But it's caught me 3 fish, and I haven't had to do anything for it. I just set it, and then it does its thing. So that's. Oh, I see you read something else. Yeah, I use Swedish pimples too. I've had a lot of luck recently on that rattle buckshot by Northland Tackle. The white one. I have a pink one, a blue one that looks like a perch, and a blue pink one. That thing brings in the trout, and I don't really know why. And it caught that perch as well. Don't rule those things out if you come by one. They're pretty cool. They make a lot of racket. So windy today. Is it windy in Cody today? Oh, she may be gone. Is that right? Social fishtancing, people. That is not my phrase. I listened to a podcast. Shack Talk is the name of it. I can, when this video goes on recording, I can put a link to it up. It's a really good podcast. They used that phrase the other day, social distancing, and I'm pretty sure you can't copyright a phrase like that. So I'm using it too, but I'm not trying to steal it from them or anything. I just think it's really good given our current environment. When I get 1,000 subscribers, I'll be able to live stream from my mobile device, and then I can actually set it up to where you guys can see the holes, right? Because that's more entertaining than looking at this ugly mug, I'm sure. That's if I ever do a live stream again. I have no idea. But anyway, once I could do it from the mobile, it'll be a lot easier for me to move it around. Right now, I literally have a laptop sitting on a bucket, which is covering a hole that my Lucky Sonar fish finder is in. So it's precarious, right? One weird gust of wind, and we have 45 to 50 mile an hour winds sustained expected today, and gusts of up to 70 miles an hour. So it could get buck wild up in here on live tape. I don't know. But I don't know where the hell I was going. Oh, if the wind gets crazy, and I've got all my sides of my shelter tied down, but I've never had this shelter set up in 70 mile an hour gusts before. So if it gets real, my computer very well, this may be the last day it ever works again. I don't know, but it was worth it. Give it a shot. See what happens. See if anybody's bored and wants to show up and watch bald guy fish for a while. May have to drop that spoon. Track some more fish in here because I've had a couple bites, but actually kind of died down. Fish in the winter, they don't just always stay in a spot. Like even crappie. At least what I've found so far is that crappie move, but they don't move far. They move 5 feet over there, and they're not going to move 2 inches to come this way to bite a bait in the water, which is one of the downsides of a hut like this, the hub style, because you can't just on a windy day you can't just grab it and walk it like a turtle over somewhere else and fish, and it's windy as all get out there. So I'm not interested in sitting outside and fishing. I'd rather try to call them in using a rattle spoon and catch fewer fish and be comfortable and happy than catch more fish. Not to mention, I couldn't possibly live stream out there. There's no way. No way. My computer would be in Nebraska. I get this heater fired up here. Because it's cold. All right, I got Mr. Buddy on. Feet are getting a little chilly. I think I've got about 9 inches of ice here. I think I can safely take my ice spikes off. But don't be dumb, folks. These things can save you. I mean, you never know. There could be a meteorite fall and hit this pond. Why risk not having your life-saving tool when you need it? So I'm going to keep this on my person somehow, right there in this pocket. So heaven forbid a meteor strike this pond. I got a plan. back to fishing. So as time goes on, doesn't matter what hobby you have, so it happens this one's ice fishing. As time goes on, you get better equipment, you upgrade, etc. The difference between the little buddy heater, oh, there's a fish. Fish on, another. What are you? You got the mouth of a crappie and the body of a bluegill. What's happening? It's a bluegill. It's a bluegill. Decent sized bluegill. Come on. Get out of there, hook. Now get out of my finger. All right. Get this thing. Give me your mouth. Decent sized little bluegill. I'm not going to keep him. He's going home. Poof. That's the sound fish make when they go in the water. Poof. Oh, look at that double chin situation going on there. Ooh. I got to get this camera up higher. Yeah. I don't like that at all. I have to wear a neck gaiter or something. All right, fish number two. Fish number two. Let's see if I can get the angle a little better. Well, I hope I can edit later. Oh, yeah. Still got that double chin, though. The other thing I'm trying really hard to do, I spent over 12 years as a professional firefighter around Atlanta. And I mean, basically, since I was a teenager, I've been in and out of firehouses, ambulance barns, and all that. I picked up what you might call potty mouth along that path. So being here live on camera, it's constant thought to remember what is coming out of my mouth. Because if somebody's got their kid on here, I don't want to blast them with the profanity that I'm capable of producing. So I apologize in advance if one slips out. But I'm gonna work really hard not to do that. If I hook a big old monster fish, though, all bets are off. All bets are off. Wonder how that wind sounds on this recording. Bet it's bad. Fish on. Well, well, well. Earlier in the video, I said I wanted to catch a largemouth bass through the ice. And ladies and gentlemen, I realize there's nobody on here watching live right now, but ladies and gentlemen, my dream has come true. Look at this little guy. He is so cute. I'm going to name him Rodrigo. All right, Rodrigo, go back, grow up, get big. Oh no, why are you floating? Okay, he's good. He's good. He's good. He's fine. That is the smallest bass I've ever caught. But it's fish. I'll take it. I will take it. All right. All right, another waxy. Hey, thanks to I had a couple of my fishing friends on earlier, and I asked them if I should go with redworms / night crawlers, or just stick with the good old confidence bait, the waxy on a jig today. The recommendation was waxy. It has paid off. I haven't even dropped. I mean, I don't know. I haven't dropped a worm today, so it might actually be killer bait today. But like I say in many of my videos, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The waxies are working, so I'm gonna work the waxies. Hear that? Wind is nuts today. That's cool. That's cool. I caught that bass. That makes me happy. Ooh, jawjacker! Jawjacker! Got a fish! Got a fish! Got a perch! Looky there! Got a perch on a frozen minnow on a jig. A jig and a minnow, as Clayton Chick calls it. Jig and a minnow. Pretty little perch. He's just a baby, though. You can keep the minnow, bud. There you go. Perch. Got a frozen minnow tail sticking out of his mouth. Right. I'm sure you can hear in the background my handy dandy little El Cheapo $40 $40 fish finder. Sounded off right before he bit. Then it picked him up going down the hole too. All right, I'm going to be off camera just a second, resetting this auto setter. I got to quit calling it a jawjacker. It isn't. But it works. But it works. All right. It is reset. Man, excuse me. Now it's working faster than my brain is. Oh, that heat feels good. I was saying earlier that I upgraded from last year from the little buddy, the little round one. Runs on the little green cylinders and such. Upgraded to the next step up, which is the Mr. Buddy. Just got one tile. It's not one of the dual tiles. I think that's called the Big Buddy. This is just the Mr. Buddy heater. And wow at the difference. I mean, it's just phenomenal how much more heat that thing puts out, how much better it stays lit. It's a good investment. I got it for 38 bucks on Amazon. I have a couple of Amazon tricks. I should make a video on that. I watch things, watch for price changes, hop on them. They're low. Sort of like getting a really cheap flight. You got to be willing to be flexible, be patient, and wait. But if you wait and your expectations are within the realm of reason, You'll find your deal. It may be a year later, but you'll find it. I got 50% this shelter, paid $100 for. Um, got it off of Amazon warehouse because it had a black spot on the roof of the hub shelter. Now, unless somebody is flying over with a helicopter while I'm set up in this thing, ain't nobody going to notice a black spot on the roof of this. But because of that, I got it for half price. I don't know what they thought was wrong with the buddy heater. It works great, and I got it for $38 free shipping. Got to be patient for deals. I'm on the hunt for a Markham LX9 lithium. It's the flasher and underwater camera all together in the same machine. I'm on the hunt for one of those on a deal, but they're expensive. $1,000, the best price I've ever seen. Well, $999. Oh, I blew that one. Blew that one. That was completely my fault. I set it like I got a doggone bait caster in the water, fishing frogs and lily pads. Hi, new viewer. Welcome to the Ice Shack. Hope you hang around a little while. Have any questions or thoughts or think I look ugly or whatever, just type in the chat there. I've caught a couple of fish that you haven't got to see. I'm on a good spot. I got a crappie laying here on the ice I can show you. Proof I actually caught something today. If I don't break my neck, decent size little slab crappie, whatever. Grew up in Arkansas. That's what they call them out there. It's crappie. How's it going in your neck of the woods today? Where are you from? I'm in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Oop, you're about to see me catch fish. These bites out here are so soft today. Oh, I guess they're gone. Set up another camera on this jaw jack. Bear with me a minute if anybody's on here. I'm going to set up a camera to watch this jaw jacker action here. It's getting a little bit of love today. Caught more fish than my line has. Everything's going to be foggy. What's up, YouTube? Wyoming Icehole here. Set up in the shack, doing some live streaming at the same time. And we're going to try to catch some auto setter action on my new toy I got. Stay tuned. Make a review video of it. All right, Jawjacker Cam is live. Not live on here. I don't know how to do that. There might be a way, but I don't know how. Lost my bait. Lost my bait. That's a good sign, though. I don't mind losing my bait. You know why they put so many wax worms in a container? So you can use them. I don't know about y'all. Say y'all like there's somebody else on here watching. I don't know about you guys, but whoever may see this in the future. But when I have little waxies, I like to put 2 of them. I like to put 2 of them on the hook. Don't know why, but it seems to do better than one little one. I guess that's why. Also, here's a tip. See how I just put the wax worms on there, and now my jig is pointing straight up and down? This isn't a vertical jig. It's not supposed to do that. A lot of times when you put your bait on, or a fish bites or something like that, your knot moves. Move your knot back before you drop it in the water. These are made to present horizontally, not vertically. I mean, it may still work, but that's not how it's supposed to work. Generally speaking, follow the manufacturer's instructions. It's more likely to work. I haven't even looked at the depth finder to know how deep I am, but I know it's not very deep. I'd say 7 feet, something like that. Hi, new viewer. Welcome aboard Slow Train. I'm actually catching a lot of fish today. You just haven't seen it. What time it is? 10:30. Yeah, so I've been actually fishing for 40 minutes. Oh, there's a timer. I'm an idiot. I'm gonna stop. Computer battery's still at 3/4. Man, this thing could run a while. I'm kind of surprised at how long the battery's lasting. I'm diddling my phone right now. I'm going to see if I can find a link to this live stream. Whoa, I see myself. Okay, that is creepy and I don't like it. Copy the link and close that because that is unnatural, seeing yourself on your phone while you're looking at that. Hi, new viewer. Welcome, welcome. Catching some fish today. Hang around. Should catch some more shortly. A couple of crappie, perch, bluegill, and a trout thus far. I've been fishing for 42 minutes. All right, I'm gonna quit playing on the phone. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Here, fishy, fishy. I'm sorry. Drink. Coffee, by the way. Hi, new viewer. It's crazy windy out here in Wyoming today, as you can hear. So, in the event my computer takes off flying to Nebraska, let me know how the video turned out, if you would. Feel free to use the chat down there. I can see it, and I can answer you by voice. Caught 2 crappie, perch, largemouth bass, and 2 trout so far today. Hopefully I can bring one up. Well, there's actually a human on the stream. Wish you could see what I'm doing over here, but unfortunately, I'm live streaming from a computer, so there's only so much mobility that thing has. And let me know if you can't hear me. I can speak louder. The wind is nasty today. Got my buddy heater going. Got my auto setter down there. With the frozen minnow in the water. He's just sitting there waiting when a fish comes along and bites it. Tug on the line, which will cause that trigger to trip, almost like a deadfall trap, and set the hook here. You can see what I'm talking about. I'm not just explaining it like an idiot. That is that setup there. There's a bell on it. I mean, I don't particularly need a bell since I'm sitting in the ice shack with it, but yeah, it's doing a thing. It's caught just as many fish as my line I'm jigging with has. It's over there working its magic. Said feel free to use the chat feature. Say hello. Tell me where you're from. Sort of deal. I'm in Cheyenne, Wyoming right now. Sitting on about 8.5 inches of ice. Pretty good for this time of year, I think. Get the bite. Got a fish. Got a fish. There's actually some humans on to see it. Look at that fat bluegill. Nice. That is a chunker. I mean, he's not huge, but he's not little for this little body of water either. Get you close up here. Ow. He's not a bad. Oops! I just dripped water on the computer. That is not great. Yeah, little perch. I'm not going to keep him. I meant perch. Little bluegill. I'm not going to keep him. I'm going to throw him back. Let him go home. Where did he go? Huh, he went down. I did not see him go down. All right, and that was on. Get in here. Little 1/64 pink jig and wax worms. Gonna fix my jig. Said earlier there was no one on here. This is a horizontal presentation jig, but look how it is facing. It's presenting vertically. That happens because when a fish gets on there, it often moves your jig and you're pulling straight up out of an ice hole. So every time, check it, get it presenting horizontally again, because that's how that jig is designed to work. How much of a difference does it make? I don't know. But I think that following the manufacturer's instructions is going to yield you better results than using the tool the way the tool is meant to be used is going to net you better results long term than being lazy and not fixing it. It takes 5 seconds. Getting another bite too. Just a nibbler though. Is that two bluegill today? Decent sized ones. Come on, fishy. Feel free to use the chat and tell me where you are. I can't see who you are on there. It only shows me if you type something. Feel free to pop in, say hello, tell me who you are, where you from. I'm Brandon, WyomingIceHole, here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Fishing on what I like to call Old Faithful, little city pond that you're not going to catch a. Well, that's not true. The state record largemouth bass came out of here, but typically you're not going to catch giant monsters, but you're going to catch fish as long as you're not completely messing it up. That's one of the reasons why I make videos. I'll show you how to completely not mess it up usually. Super windy here today. I have 4 stakes in my ice hut. I also have all 4 hub ends tied down. Look how it's moving. We're expecting 35 to 40 mile an hour sustained gusts today. Or sustained winds today, and then chance of 70 mile an hour gust. If 70 mile an hour gust comes and all of a sudden the screen gets really bright, the next thing you know you're landed, you see a cornfield in Nebraska. That's because that's where my computer is. It will fly over there. But my hut shouldn't fly away. Oh, that would be real bad. I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably quit fishing. Be like, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna pick up sewing. Oh, missed him. I got a little overzealous. Set the hook like I'm throwing a bait caster over lily pads. You don't have to do that when you ice fish. And I know that, but I do it anyway. Lost my wax worm. All right, I got more. Lots more. Where'd that one go? Sorry, I dropped. Right. Waxy's on. Line untangled. Going down the hole. Instead of fishing about 7 feet of water. A lot of people think that's too shallow. It's not. That's as scientific as I'm going to get with it, but it's not. This is a city pond. Its deepest point is 12 feet, right in the middle, which, by the way, is open water right now. There's geese over there swimming. 12 foot. It's 7 foot here, 30 foot off of the rocky bank. Fine. Don't worry about it. The reason why I'm here is because there is a transition here. There's a line of rocks run right there, and a pipe that runs down, and I'm splitting the difference between those two things. So it's structured. This is a bowl, basically, bowl of a pond. Granted, there could be old Christmas trees or something like that thrown around the lake that gives it some structure. But I don't know that to be true, and if it is true, I don't know where they are. So when you're trying to fish somewhere, fish want to be somewhere like home. They have homes just like we do, and places where they feel safe. So you got to go to places that are going to attract and hold fish, not only to catch, things like bluegill and stuff like that. Sorry, that was a big gust of wind. Not only catch the bluegill and crappie and stuff like that, but the predators that eat them are going to swim by and go yum yum, and that's what I really want to catch. There's some big trout in here. There's 22, 23 inch trout in here, and I would love to pull one of those bad boys out. Not for you, for me. Yeah, so that's why I'm here. My 7 foot doesn't matter. If I was out in a boat or something like that, I'd be moving around, targeting points, using the sonar to find changes of different structure, but I don't need you on the ice. Spot. I've already caught lots of fish today. Got the heater on. I left them. It's cold. There will be more fish. I can show you. I kept one crappie because I'm hoping to have some more its size to add to it. Keeping. Those things are delicious. Catch 2, 3 more of that size, and I've got a meal. And it should happen. Aside from that, hanging out. Could be sitting at home, sitting on the couch or something like that, but I'd much rather be out here. Much rather be out here. So hopefully you're not bored. I don't know really what to do to be more entertaining on the live stream. I've never seen anybody that does ice fishing videos like I do. I've never seen anybody live stream from the ice. I've seen some podcasts do it, but not a YouTuber. So then I'd try it, see what happens. I'm sure there's a lot of folks sitting at home that fish. Another bluegill. I am pumpkin seed. I am on them today. Normally this is a good crappie hole. Just a little deeper. He's going back in the water. Take the time. Fix your jig. Not really for you as much as it is for me to remind myself to take the time to do it. Days where it's not sub-zero, I don't usually try not to fish in the hut a ton when I don't have to, because it really restricts you. Um, like normally when I'm out here targeting crappie on this pond, I'll drill 10 holes down the line, and I'll fish a hole for 45 seconds to a minute. Nothing there, I skip a hole and go one. Skip a hole and go one. Eventually, I find a pile of. Once I find them, then I fish on them until they move. If they're really biting and then suddenly they stop biting, that means something. Why do you think the crappie would just be hanging out in the spot, consistently biting, and then all of a sudden vanish? The big boy, big mama just come through. Big mama that wants to eat them and is capable of eating them come through, and they took off. And you can only really know. I mean, I guess if you had $1,500 sonar system like Panoptics or underwater camera running, you might know what's down there. But take a minute and think like a fish. You could be on the right spot to catch a predator. Not that kind of predator. Fishing. And I want to apologize about this double chin situation. It's happening on camera right now. I don't know what to do about it. I mean, I guess I could get less fat. That would work. I don't know what to do about it today, but it's bugging the snot out of me. I gotta go on the diet. I can't be having this. Either that or I gotta mount this computer up higher so that I'm looking like this and you can't see it. Sounds easier than a diet, I think. Probably not. Oh, hear my sonar? Fish just come in. Ooh, and he just bumped that. I don't think he bit me. I think he bumped my line. And again, I'm setting the hook like I think there's a 60-pound catfish on the underside of it. I don't know what I'm doing. This is ice fishing, folks. You don't have to go nuts. Just lift it up. Maybe that's a big mama fish and she's swinging around to go take a stab at this frozen minnow I have on the auto setter. Someday I'm going to get one of those big fancy sonars and underwater cameras where I can see what's going on under there better than I can. Hello, wind. I don't know if this camera is capturing that, but that was a strong gust of wind there. Taking this shelter down this evening. It's going to be fun all by myself. If any of y'all want to come by and help me, you're welcome to. Go ahead and hit the road now so you're here in time. It's going to be a mess. I'll have to leave all the ice anchors in until I get all the sides popped so that I can fish. Just a little guy. Yet again, I set the hook. Monster. I've never done this before. This is my first time. The ice. I don't know how it works. Just a little dude. Nothing remarkable. Just a goodbye. Took one of my waxies. I'm going to put another one on. I like to fish two waxies. I like to leave one long, turn one sideways. I don't know if there's any science behind that. It's just something I do. It works for me. So, any of you, I guess it's 3 other people watching, any of you are professional fishermen. Like if I happen to have Bill Dance or somebody on this on this live stream if Roland Martin, you know, because I know that Roland Martin's a huge fan of mine. But yeah, I'll take your expert advice for sure. Although I don't know, I very well could have more experience ice fishing than Roland Martin does. Kind of a scary thought. Even if he has no experience, I guarantee you he's better at it than I am. Getting nibbled on here. One thing that's weird, ice fishing, that you don't really experience open water fishing is the sensation of a fish bumping your line because it swims by. I use really light, really thin line because you don't need that much poundage to pull them straight up. These poles are super flexible. The rods, these rods are super flexible, so it takes the load of the fish in the rod and it doesn't keep it on your knots or on the line so bad. So you can get away with using 4-pound test and bring in a 10-pound fish. Not that I've ever done it, but you can. You use your drag and you use the power trapped in that. Use the power trapped in that rod to do it. But because you're jigging straight up and down, fish will bump you. They'll bump your line. And if you're paying attention, it feels different. You can feel a bump versus a bite. But through the ice, fish that normally will just hammer bait in open water, they bite super soft. They just go and just suck it into their mouth. You gotta really be paying attention to feel it. Because they will also spit it right back out too. So what I do is I have a really light tip on the end of this particular rod. So when I'm jigging, I'm feeling for pressure. I'm feeling for that little half a second of resistance when I start to jig up. And if it's there, I should responsibly set the hook. Not the way that I've been setting it all day today. I should responsibly set the hook. And then if there's pressure there, after you've done the little set, cool, go ahead, set big. But I'm not doing that. I am ripping it. There's some kind of monster on the other side of it. I don't know what I'm doing. Why I'm doing it. Wind sounds freak me out. You'll see funny faces that I make. I don't know why. There's a steady hum of the wind. I don't know if you can hear it. But when these gusts come, it rattles this tent, and it scares the bejesus out of me. Just a fishing. Anybody news on here? I've caught several fish today. Not just sitting here staring at the camera. It's been a productive day. I just had one pull it in and spit it out. Feel it. That's good though. We'll taste that waxy. And go, ooh, that's food. I'm gonna have to check my bait on the other line over here. It hasn't even attempted to move. It's possible something come along and stole it from me. Notice. It's one downside of this cheap version of jaw jackers. It's got a plastic trigger set, and it's very easy to get that locked in too hard to where a doggone 10-pounders take a 10-pounder to trip the safety on, or the release on it. But I put a bell on there, so the bell is actually touching the line. So the slightest vibration of the line makes that bell make racket, so I can tell see the camera just move? That's because the wind just changed direction and blew the bucket that my computer is sitting on. Just blacked it. $5 says before this is over, the computer's going to hit the ground. Mark my words. I hope. But it's like. All right, there's people in here viewing. Use the chat. Talk to me. I'm sitting here talking to myself. Use the chat. Say hello. I won't bite. Probably. Of course, you may not be logged in either. I think you have to be. I didn't think about that. I think you have to be logged into YouTube to be able to chat. So maybe you're not. That's okay. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. You don't have to chat if you don't want to. Just glad you're here fishing with me. Mm-hmm. Getting real. Getting real. I need to check my battery status. 77%. All right. When it hits 50, I'm going to start stealing battery from the computer, and that'll cause a pretty quick end to the live stream. But right now, my computer's over half full, so we'll keep her going until she's dead. But shortly, I'm going to have to steal battery from the computer. So, but either way, we'll keep her going until we can't anymore. I was kind of surprised I was able to actually do this. I don't have enough subscribers. You got to have 1,000 subscribers for very good reason to be able to live stream from a mobile device. If I had a mobile device live stream, you could see my holes. You could have a different angle, and so I'm sorry about that. But once I get 1,000 subscribers, I'll do it like that. But I think I can use computer software to feed in multiple camera angles at the same time. I think I'll have to look into that, but you can't do it on a mobile for very good reason. You've seen before COVID happened in the news, everything was all about mass shootings and crazy people, crazy world doing bad things to each other. That is, I'm pretty sure why you have to have 1,000 subscribers to be able to live stream from a mobile device, so that everybody with a cell phone can't film themselves doing something horrible and broadcast it live on the internet. So that's not my intent. It's not the kind of person I am, but if it means that I don't get to do that, so that there's some deterrence there for people trying to get their 15 minutes of fame, hurting other people to do it, no complaints out of me. If I don't catch more crappie to add to, excuse me, if I don't catch more crappie to add to this one that I've kept over here, there's a guy that I fish with that's going to be here later. He'll definitely take it home and add it to his freezer. I'm not going to waste a fish, I'll tell you that. Come on, fish. I hear you under there. Bite. Commit. All right, that's fishing. That's how it goes. I wish I could say it's a beautiful day today to be out fishing. It's not. Not even kind of a beautiful day. It's cold, super windy. Yeah, fishing, 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 fishing. There was several fish under here nibbling of the perch crappie variety, I'm guessing, because that's what mainly I've caught out of this hole. It stopped 2 minutes ago. Just stopped. So that means Big Mama could be here. She's swimming around and they disappeared because of it. I'm okay with that if she bites. If she doesn't bite my lure, I'm not okay with that. She needs to go swim somewhere else. Rule is if you're going to hang out under my holes, you have to eat my bait at least once every 10 minutes. That's a little rule I have. It's hard to enforce, but try to enforce it. At least recommend it. Somebody else is showing up out there. Hey, what's up, Cody? Um, hey, look at that. You remember how last time you were on here I set you as a moderator? You still are. How cool is that? So no, I brought my laptop out here. Let that soak in for a minute. I mean, not literally. Please, please, laptop, do not soak in to anything. I have a little um, HP Stream. Um, I think that's what it's called. I think it's called an HP Stream laptop. I paid like $110 for it 2 years ago when I decided I was going to finish my degree. Yeah, broadcasting hotspot from my phone. Broadcasting a hotspot from my phone. Um, and yeah, because I'm done with school now. So I figured, worst case scenario, I dropped this computer in the drink. It did everything I asked it to do when I had it. So yeah, so I wonder what that looks like from the viewer point of view here. Where if you wasn't on here earlier, heard me say we have sustained 25 to 45 mile an hour winds today, and anticipating 70-mile-an-hour gusts. Um, so all that shaking you see, this hub is anchored on four corners, plus each hub wall has a line running out to an ice anchor, um, also helping secure it. But you see how much it shakes. The wind gets under here. Yeah, yeah, it is. That was my first thought when it happened. Was like, man, it feels like someone is shaking the snot out of this tent. But the wind's so strong, it actually lifts it up. I think I think here in a little bit I'm going to go out and tighten my anchors down a little bit more so that I can prevent the air from getting under it, because the air comes under and lifts the top of the tent like a balloon. That's why it shakes so bad. But yeah, so this is working pretty good. The battery's lasting longer than I thought it would. I figured that I would have, I don't know, 30 minutes the way the cold rips batteries down, but I've got my Mr. Buddy heater sitting right over here by, I should probably check to make sure this, yeah, the laptop's nice and warm. Not hot, but warm. So I got my Buddy heater sitting here close to the laptop. That's keeping the battery warm, so it's keeping it from just ripping. Let's see who texted me. But yeah, my computer's just sitting on a bucket. Oh, Dad's on here. Hi, Dad. Yeah, Buddy heaters are awesome. What did you say? Yeah, the wind is awful. For sure. Will come again too. Like it sneaks up on you because like it's steady, so it's there, and so you kind of ignore it, you know, and then all of a sudden one of those nasty gusts come and it just rattles the tent. But if it gets too bad, I'm going to go out and tighten anchors. That'll help. But yeah, my right foot's still cold. Yeah, you guys missed. I don't know. Did you see any of the fish that I caught? And if you log in on your YouTube account, you can. Oh, you probably can't chat though. You're watching on your TV, aren't you? Cody, what are you saying nope about? Oh, you didn't see any of the fish I caught? I caught several. The world's smallest largemouth bass, about yay big. 3 bluegill varieties now. A couple of trout, perch, crappie. I kept one. I don't know if you saw him. I kept one because I figured I would catch more this size. Good eaters. But I actually haven't caught any more. I haven't caught any more crappie at all. But that's okay. He won't go to waste. I'll either fillet him out and put him in the freezer, or one of the folks that I fish with every now and then here will certainly take it. But yeah, I had all kinds of bluegill and perch and stuff underneath me. About 5 minutes ago now, they've vanished. Um, so I imagine a big trout swam through. There's some big ones in here. I imagine a big one swam through and swooped them. So if I don't get any bites here in a bit on my jig, I will go, I'll switch rods and drop my rattle spoon down, smack it off the bottom for a little while with a night crawler on it, and attract them back in here. It's one of the downsides of fishing in a hut. You can't be mobile, but it's too doggone windy to be outside the hut today. That's no fun. That'd be freezing. Yeah, well, I've done, I mean, not live, but this is the first time I've ever live streamed actually doing it. Um, yeah, I've caught a couple of big ones out of here. So it could happen. One of my, I've got a auto setter. I'll show you. I'll move the computer so you can see it. We've got that guy down right there, and it's got a frozen minnow on it. I actually need to pull up, check the bait, but it's got a frozen minnow on it. And if Big Mama comes through, I think Big Mama will like that. Pull this up. Sometimes when you pull this up, it trips it. And so if you hear me scream, it's because my little tool here just scared the bejesus out of me. Still got a minnow on there. He looks more frozen now than he was before. Yeah, so they make a device like this called a jaw jacker, and they are really nice. And it costs $70. That costs $25. And it's essentially does the same thing. What's the temp right now? Outside, I think it's 17. I don't know. I'll tell you. It's 34, but feels like 18. Um, I would say inside here, like up where my head is, it's probably 60 degrees. My feet, at probably 36 degrees, something like that. But I'm wearing big Kamek ice fishing boots, so I'm like Elsa with these things on. Snow doesn't bother me anyway. The cold doesn't bother me anyway. Don't sue me, Disney. I realized that was a really close interpretation of that song, so don't sue me. Well, that's why I'm in the shack. Bigfoot's out there trying to get in because it's cold. Yeah, in the shack, it's not bad. I say it feels nice and warm. My head. I mean, look, I'm not wearing a. I've got a big heavy jacket. I'm not wearing it. I'm tempted to take this thing off because it's getting a little warm. Kind of weird to be sitting on a frozen body of water and actually feel like you're wearing too many clothes. Oh, hear that? Fish coming. See if it's hungry. Sounded like a blow through, so that's usually a decent trout when they do that. See if you notice my jigging a minute there. Ah, blew it. Yeah, you can jump. Yeah, I brought actually haven't done it. Thanks for reminding me. I brought a frozen creek chub for that purpose. Cut him up and drop it down. I haven't done it yet. In the summertime, I go out and catch creek chubs, which is about the ugliest fish in North America. That's not true. They're sturgeon. Uh, but I go out and catch them and freeze them because there's a pond over the mountain that has tiger muskie in it. Tiger muskie love creek chubs. Um, chicken liver. There are catfish in here, but I've found that I do better on chicken breast than chicken liver. Because chicken breast will stay on the hook. Chicken liver, not so much. Like, I don't know if you trim your chicken, cut all the fat off of it. I do, and then I use that cut off stuff as catfish bait. Works really good. It's nice too because the fatty parts of it, they kind of float a little bit. So when you have it on the bottom, it'll lift a little bit off the bottom and the water can catch it better. Yeah, you can use treble hooks. That's what's on the end of my spoons and stuff, is trebles. But when you're ice fishing, little presentations, even for bigger fish, they don't like to change their behavior. They don't like to spend a lot of calories on something just big and aggressive under the water, bouncing around like crazy. For your average size fish, they're like, oh, I'm gonna have to work too hard to catch that. I'll just skip it. They save the calories versus burning. Hey, I missed that fish just now. Try this for another minute or two and then drop down a rattle spoon. Those tend to get trout fired up. Bass too, I imagine. Like I say, yeah, it'll be recorded on here. You'll be able to see it once this thing publishes. I don't know what to do with it. Looks like this thing will run for probably 2 hours. I don't know what to do with a 2-hour video. I don't know how these work on the back end. If I can edit it and trim it at all, I have no idea. Whole bunch of sitting here talking to yourself, though. If I was at a bus stop, everybody would be looking at me really weird. I'm just looking at the ground talking. Feels awkward. Well, I didn't really have a plan. I wasn't sure that it was really going to work very good. So, I don't know. I haven't thought it out. Figured I'd go to the battery died or go till nobody wants to participate anymore, and then I'll turn it off, put my cameras on, and capture film for my next video. I've got a little camera on my jaw jacker now, which is absolutely capturing nothing. Nothing is fitted since I put the camera down, of course. But I'm going to make a review video of this tool because it's new. It's new on the market. I haven't found any reviews already done out there for it. So I'm going to try to get one made and get it out there because it's awesome and it's half the price of the big expensive one. But big expensive one is arguably better. It's made out of aluminum, all aluminum tubing. I mean, this is aluminum too, but it's just a better product. It's built stronger. The trigger system is better. It's not plastic. Like using this for probably 2 seasons, the plastic will be so wore down. I'm sure that the trigger is not going to work very good anymore. But come on in, Bigfoot. We're game wardens, whichever you are. The game wardens will scare the snot out of you ice fishing. They'll come out and just, I mean, they're not trying to scare you, but they'll come out and they'll knock, like on the side of your tent. Game and fish. Oh my God, scare you. Every time I've been out here in a hut, they've come out. So I'm surprised they're not out here yet. They're all really nice. They don't mean to scare you. Well, that's up to you. I mean, I'll certainly take the view time. That's for sure. Yeah, the action has lulled out. What time is it? See, it's 11:25. This pond tends to kind of slow down. Not usually this early. Usually about 12:30. It'll slow down until about 2, and then it'll pick back up again. So let's see, we're at an hour and 32 minutes now. I'll run it till an hour and 45 minutes, and I'll kill the stream and get my cameras and all on and grab content for the next video. I'll probably walk my computer back to my truck after I do that, actually. So I don't accidentally, I mean, it won't fit. I drilled 6-inch holes, so it won't fit down the hole. But I imagine it could get enough water on it to be the end of that little toy. Yeah, it worked. I didn't really expect many people to come. Yeah, it worked good. I didn't expect many people to come on the live stream. Clayton Schick, who's probably my favorite ice fishing YouTuber, he has 50 or 60,000 subscribers, something like that. And when he does a live stream, 400 or 500 people or so watch it. So I wasn't really expecting many people to show up, but you never know. I don't know how YouTube may not even count it. Like, I don't know. I don't know how YouTube views count on the live stream. Yeah, it worked. I appreciate you testing it out with me. I haven't seen anybody do this, but maybe I just haven't seen it. I certainly haven't seen any of them that I watch do it. I'll run it another 10 minutes, kill the live stream. I think my next live stream will be when I'm getting close to, when I'm over 50 subscribers, but closer to like 75. I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to get some, I may get one of my fish finders that I use and ice fishing jigs and bait and stuff. And I'm going to do a giveaway live stream and try to push out a few more subscribers to the channel because people like giveaways. I like giveaways. And the subscribers that are there, especially the ones that are there before that, I feel like I owe them something for participating and watching my content, not making me feel like I'm wasting my time doing these. So do a little giveaway, give them something back. I'll have to do some research on how to do that. I may need your help actually as a moderator there. I don't know. Do some research. Come on, fish! Yelling at them probably doesn't help. So is my audio okay? I'm pretty far away from, I'm 4 foot from the computer. I mean, I know my video's good. I look amazing. That's great. The chin. I got to get this thing up higher. But is my audio okay just talking in a normal voice? Okay. Well, and two, I'm running on a mobile hotspot, so I'm surprised it's not horribly choppy. Because you know how that goes in Wyoming. Maybe when this thing publishes, I can come in on the back end and adjust the volume. Never fooled with one of them, so let's see. I think I can download it and then put it in my editing software. Then I can definitely mess with it. Yeah, I bet you can hear the wind for sure. It's loud out here. Hard living in Wyoming. It's beautiful out here. Here we go. It definitely has its downsides. Come on, one more fish before the stream is over. Let's go. Let's go, big brooder girl. Get in here. Oh, so you only hear it at Bigfoot level. Okay, that's good. Like right now, right? It also sounds like somebody's standing outside with a whole pile of Walmart bags, and they're just ruffling them out there. What that is snow smacking into the side of the tent. That's what's making that sound. The whoosh sound. It's not snowing, it's snow blowing off the lake or the ground, whacking the tent. All right, I've got like 6 minutes to get a fish on. That'd be a perfect way to end this thing. The big 22-inch burger trout. Speaking of coffee, good idea. I somehow managed to get it all the way to my fishing spot without spilling it. This is the first time I've ever ice fished and been able to do that. I always spill it somewhere along the way. Often in my sled with all my gear. That's usually where it happens. Yeah, I'm going to spend this last 5 minutes with my rattle spoon and a night crawler. See if we can't scare one up here. I tell you, I was always one of those who's like, I don't know why all these people carry 14 poles in their boat. I now know why people carry so many poles in their boat. Because it sure is nice having all your confidence stuff rigged up. You don't have to reach high. You just grab your other pole and do it too. The worms are a little frozen. They're alive, but not by much. I need to pick them up and get them off the ice. First world problems. All right, 5 minutes. Here's what we're using. Buckshot rattle spoon with a big old gob of crawler on it. Let's go. All right, so gonna bang the bottom, make lots of racket. Pull it up off the bottom. Stop jigs. Send it. Turn the camera a little bit. All right, back to the bottom. That's going to scare any little crappie away or anything like that. It's fine. I don't want a big mama trout to see this. Make sure my drag's right. Can't look now. I'm fishing. I don't know what you mean. What was sound again? It is. Hey, you know why ice fishermen have tiny rods, right? Because it's cold out here. That was dumb. Come on. 2 minutes. Minute and a half. Minute and a half. No, you want it? The swishing sound? I don't know. It's probably the wind, or you could have heard me move the bucket. Yeah, crunch time. 1 minute. Oh yeah, snow on the yeah, that's what you hear. It sounds like a garbage bag. That's snow smashing into the side of the tent at 70 miles an hour. Bottom banging like this will often get a perch come in and hit too. Doesn't appear to be working today though, at least right now. Oh, on the bottom part of my chat, it says say something. I thought that was a chat that somebody had typed in there. I'm like, I have been saying something for this. I ain't stopped talking for an hour and 45 minutes. Don't judge me. But it's not. It's YouTube telling me I can type there to say something. Oh, I may need an app. What's that? Talking? I mean, most people can attest. I'm not terrible at it. I talk a lot, but it's yeah, it's. I find myself doing more video work than fishing, and I don't like that per se. So, but it's good. I think someday maybe it'll pay off. But either way, I enjoy making them. You know, who knows? My kids may appreciate these videos that are out there someday. They won't always be here. If nothing else, I'm recording some moments of my life, my experience, so that's cool. But yes, it is very hard to sit and talk to yourself. One thing I like about the live stream, even though it's not super chatty, I like I like that there's some interaction going on there because when I'm just filming, it's just me talking to some holes in the ice. It's really weird. There's the grocery bag. I felt something bump my line just a second ago. It wasn't a bite, it just swam by and bumped my line. Yeah, yeah. Wilson. I should get me a little volleyball, stuff some grass in it, put it in here. That way I feel like I'm talking to somebody. Worms doing it? What's happening? Why has nothing bit this? Worms on there. Nothing's paid any attention to that frozen minnow either, and that thing was hopping for a little while. It's kind of that time of the day. It's a good time to end the cast. I'm already overdue anyway. Well, all right. I don't know exactly what that means, but I trust her. Ooh, that was a hit. Come on, baby. Come on. Don't make a lie around it. Yeah, as far as getting the views and the subscribers, it's sort of a double-edged sword. Like obviously there's a race to try to monetize, right? So that you're actually getting something as small as it is back for the time you put in video. But on the flip side of that, if you race to it and you haven't built a group of people who really enjoy your content, um, you'll get there and you'll hit it, but then you don't have a loyal fan base. Like you don't have a loyal group of people that when you put something out are turning it on and watching it. So I actually think that YouTube is more of a tortoise and the hare story. You know, if you race to get there, and like I could, and I've seen some other people do it. They'll make like an hour-long video. I mean, that's not granted. This one's pushing 2 hours now. They'll make an hour-long video that has nothing to do with the type of content they actually want to put out. They actually want to do. They'll make these big long videos, and then just sit and just turn a computer on and watch them. Have their friends do the same thing, and it'll get you your 4,000 watch hours and get you monetized. But after that, you can't just go and make the content that you're actually doing the work because nobody's actually watching it, right? You haven't built people. I'm sure that 1 out of every 5 people who hear my voice go, "Ugh, I'm not listening to that guy." There's another couple of people who goes, "Look at that little double chin he's got. I don't want to look at that." But there will be 1 out of every 100 viewers who goes, "Man, I really enjoy his content. I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to watch every video they put out." And I think you have to build that in order to be successful. At least that's what it looks like from some of the folks that started out like I am and now have 100,000 subscribers. They put out 400 or 500 videos before they ever got monetized. So I don't know. I'm not in a rush. It gives me a really good excuse to go out and fish, which is really what I want to do. Well, they are just not interested in this. Stopping that. Okay. All right. So it has been. And I realize there's 5 viewers on here now. Or the first hour of it, there was nobody on here, but it has been almost 2 hours. And if you want me to keep going and you're on here, then you need to type something in chat and tell me that you really want me to keep going. But otherwise, I'll give it a minute or so. If I haven't seen a request to keep streaming, I'm going to go ahead and call this thing done. Put my other cameras on and grab some content. You'll see more video come out of today for everything that happens after the live stream. But those of you that are here, I'm sure it's mostly friends and family. But thanks for joining me. And again, if you have any strong objections, I'll wait till I've got 1:55 on the timer. If you have any strong objections to me ending this stream now, say so. If not, then we will shut her down. I'll go put my computer back in my truck where it's safe and doesn't fall in a hole. And I will bid you adieu. That is unless I catch fish right now. That would be a great way to end this party. And I got to tighten these anchors down. Faux show. Too much wind is coming under this thing. So I don't know what'll happen when this stream ends. I think it uploads to YouTube and it basically looks like a video that I made. So when that thing goes up, you can go back and look that about the first 45 minutes or so. I'm just catching a fair amount of fish on here. So sorry that the last bit was not so productive, but that's the way the game goes. But you can go back and catch the first little bit and watch it and see some of the pretty little fish. I know I caught that tiny little baby bass on here, and I think everything should be on this live stream except for the first trout that I caught outside. I just set up a jaw jacker while I was setting this tent up. Bigfoot! Wait. Anyway, 1:55. I have heard no begs to keep it. So thank y'all for watching. Take care. Tight lines. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.